Hey everyone, I'm going to do a quick video over Thursday. I don't even know the date. I think the 16th maybe? April 16th? Okay, so we're talking about circles and their equations and what kind of information we can get from it. So up here at the top we have x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. All this will be in your notes, and I'm going to send the hard copy of notes over when I upload this. Sorry, my dog's right here. The center, so if you have a circle with a center that's 3 and negative 1, your 3 goes to the h, goes to the h, your negative 1 goes to the k, and r goes for r. So it ends up being x minus 3 squared plus y plus 1 squared equals 25. And the thing to be careful here is because these are negatives, right? So it's going to swap whatever it is. So instead of it being x, this is just a 3, it's x minus 3. This is a negative 1, x plus 1. So that's something to really just watch for as you're doing these. When you go in to do the assignment, hey Matt, can you go out there for 1 minute? When you're doing the assignment, kiddo, I need you to go for 1 second, please. You could get something like this where it asks you, hey, what is the center? What is the radius? I don't know why that one's there. And you need to remember what we just said about the sign swapping. So if this is a plus 4, my center is going to be a negative 4. And then this one's a negative 3. So my y-coordinate's a positive 3. The radius, you always take the square root of what's on the end. So it's 3. Okay? Now, how can you see this? You'll get a bunch of questions like that on the assignment. You might get something like this, and it might say, what's the equation of the circle in the drawing? And this is a bad one. But for the center, because what information do you need? You need to know your center. You need to know your radius. My center, I can just count, okay? 1, 2, it went 2 to the left. And then it's down 1, so it's negative 1. My radius, you can count from the center to the edge, wherever it meets at like a nice point. So I can go 1, 2, my radius is 2. And then write my equation. X plus 2, because the signs change, plus y plus 1 squared equals 2 squared is 4. Okay? Another thing you'll probably see on there is they will give you, let's see if I can get this to balance on here. So I can use both hands. They'll give you endpoints to a diameter and ask you to find the center. So what do we know about diameters? If I have my circle, my diameter is going to go directly across, and we know in the middle is always the center. So find the center point. Okay, I need an x and a y. So let me start with my x's. And what I'm going to do is I have a negative 3 and I have a 2, and I know it's somewhere in the middle. So if I draw a number line, negative 3 to 2, 1, 0, negative 1, negative 2. My number line includes all my numbers in between my x points. And I know it is in the middle. So if I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, 5 divided by 2 is 2.5. I know I need to go 2.5 over. So 1, 2.5. It's a bad example because it doesn't land in the middle. I think all the ones for the assignment are even. So that's my x. Now let me do my y. I'm going to do the same thing. I have 4, my positive's over here, my bigger number I should say, not positive, but a bigger number. And over here is a negative 2, so this is my smaller and bigger. So let me put my smaller over here. -2, I have 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, -1. And then if I count in between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I want halfway in between, so I'm going to make 3 jumps. 1, 2, 3 puts me at 1. So I know my center point is -1/2 and 1. That is that. The last thing that they covered was the distance formula, and how you're going to see that on the assignment for today anyways is that they might give you a drawing or they might give you points. They might tell you your center is at the origin, and a point on the circle. Point on your circle is 2, 7. So if you had your chart, here's the origin, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, way up here. There's your radius. We need to know the length of this. So for that, we are going to use our distance formula, which I'm going to put radius equals, because we know we're looking for the distance. Okay, and it is x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. Okay, so let's identify what do we want to be. It doesn't really matter which we use for which, so we're going to say that our center we have x1, x2, or sorry, y2. Let me erase that. Sorry, y'all. We have x1, y1, because they're a pair. And we have x2, y2. I'm going to plug them in. x2 is 2, y1 is 0, y2 is 7, y1 is 0. 2 squared plus 7 squared. So 4 plus 49. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I have, my radius is the square root of 53. I don't have a calculator on me, but you could pop that in the calculator to get the actual digits. If they gave you the diameter, where you're finding, if they said the endpoints of a diameter are from here to here and they give you the points, well, then when you find your distance, you would just cut it in half. I hope that helped a little bit. If you need help, take a screenshot of the problem you're stuck on and send it to me in a message.